Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Drop Frames Co. What episode are we on?
This is 3219.
3219. Are you using a different headset? Or sorry, headphone, microphone. Man, it's been a week.
I hope not.
Okay. I don't.
Not intentionally.
Okay. My ears probably. I haven't heard the sweet sounds of a stream or a mixer or anything, so it's probably just getting used to.
My dulcet tones, indeed.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Does it sound bad? Is it low quality or something?
No. It just sounds faint. It's probably on my end, not yours. Anyways, what episode are we on? Did you say?
3219.
Okay, 32.
According to my my show tracker app that I have up in here. Yeah.
Nice. I've got the fantastic green screen of a cellophane wrapped dresser behind me and a tissue box with some bubble wrap over here. It's great. I'm in a temporary office until the office is finished being built down below. Hopefully everything sounds and looks right. We're streaming at 1080-60 now at like 6K bitrate, so that'll look a little bit better.
That cellophane looks gorgeous.
It looks great. Yeah, it looks great. Also, you might randomly hear construction occur. I'll try to catch the mutes on my end, but they don't tell me when they're going to start sawing or anything like that, so it just kind of happens. But anyways, I haven't played a game in about a week, so I have nothing to add to this show, really, except for some of the news that has hit this morning.
We also want to hear about your move in your house. Like, that's kind of big.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to know?
And I was gonna say, like always, like you have nothing to add, like always, but
Yeah.
you're actually pretty good at this job.
I'm all right. I would say.
I have to begrudgingly give you respect for being a good showrunner.
That's good.
The fact that he didn't cancel when his office isn't even set up. I mean, that should tell his audience something, if nothing else. But no. So how did the move go? How's the new house? What crazy, unexpected shit has happened? What went smoother than you thought?
I'll answer the third question first. What crazy shit happened? Nothing. It was a pretty nothing crazy happened.
Well, that just means it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, potentially. We haven't had I guess there's some delays in the construction in terms of the house stuff down in the basement, but there hasn't really been anything insane. I guess this is the most mundane thing that it's not crazy to anyone, but to me, it was hooking up the internet yesterday and getting 9 MB down, but 900 MB up. So I don't know. I switched.
What was the whole situation there? Because you posted a picture just a little bit later of a 900 down. You know, a literally 900. Well, I don't even know the percentage increase there. 10,000% increase, not 1,000% increase.
Yeah.
But how did you fix that?
Yeah. I just changed ports on the back of the PC. Apparently, with the service provider that I have, it just happens sometimes. The connection, the gateway doesn't see that it's a full gigabit source, and it's just like you're a slow source, and it just gives them a slow source. So I don't really have an answer for that, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, I'm hoping with that internet speed, at least I was hoping that the call from you guys would go up to 1080p 60, but there might be something else that I have to change on my end, so we'll potentially have that for next show.
I'll tell you this right now. It's never looked better on my end. Well, this is the first time we've ever used this app, and it's not skipping, it's not stuttering. You're not being notice like I barely interrupted you yet.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's great to hear, actually. That makes me really happy.
That's fantastic.
The other nice thing is I have so much fucking bandwidth. It's just insane how much bandwidth there is. When we end part 1 of the show, I will then upload about a 25 gig file, because I'm now recording at 1080p 60. I will then upload a 20 gig file in about 7 minutes while we're starting part 2 of the show. So it's kind of nice. It means Drop Frames VODs will be up much faster after we go off air on YouTube.
Well, that means all of your show stuff is going to be kind of getting kicked into overdrive. All the roleplay stuff.
Potentially. We'll probably keep roleplay on the same release cycle, only because that's the major draw for subscribers on the channel. It's kind of the business plan in a sense. So I don't want to just post all the VODs, but for Drop Frames, I've always tried to get the VODs out as fast as possible.
Cool.
But it also means that I don't have to wait to upload those VODs till I'm finished streaming after Drop Frames like I have done in the past. So The other
Now
thing-
it's a choice
Yeah,
instead of something
yeah.
you have to do.
yeah, I downloaded. I was just like, what's a big game that I can download on Steam and just see how fast it goes? I downloaded Dying Light, which is like 20 gigs in like 4 minutes, and that felt pretty good. So now I'm just like, I'm going to download everything. But yeah, in terms of the actual house, a lot of stuff is in disarray, as you can see, as I have a dresser just not being used behind me. But the main floor of the house, the great room as they call it, is finished. But a lot of the other stuff is not at all. So I have a lot of work. We have a lot of work ahead of us in terms of getting everything situated. But I can stream now at least, so that's good. I got all the PCs set up, and I have to say, I'm going to pat myself on the back here. I did it in one go. There were no issues in setting the PC up. I turned the PCs on. The audio was correct. I had to switch one cable around. And that's because I forgot it like forces left to be right and right to be left, and that's it. It was absolutely uncanny that occurred that way. So,
With as many cables as you're working with, that's pretty impressive.
especially how I shipped them, which was in a garbage bag,
Yeah.
all bundled up.
Oh,
Yeah, I was really worried. Zeke, where are you going? What are you doing?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, he's got one
1 second.
All right, he's gonna go get something. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, it was kind of bad to ship it that way, especially the XLR cables. I thought those were all going to be doomed, but we'll see. I'm excited to see where Zeke went. What did you do,
Okay,
Zeke?
sorry about that.
What was the?
What I do?
Yeah, where'd you go?
Nothing.
Maybe
I'm not getting my credit card right now to reserve a room at TwitchCon.
yeah, I definitely did that like during the intro.
Yeah, let's use that as a segue. TwitchCon was just announced, like 40 minutes ago or something like that. They're going back to North Cal, San Jose. Oh wait, no, this is the first time.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is new news to a lot of people because apparently this email only went out to people that were at TwitchCon in the past. So if you haven't been to TwitchCon yet, then you may not have heard this. TwitchCon has been announced. It is back in San Jose. It is the October 26th through 28th, and yeah, cool.
Do they have it's like twitchcon.com up and up? Yeah. Okay.
It actually takes you to a page if you click on the link in the email, but it looks like a lot of the stuff's from 2017, the last one. Okay. So I don't know if there's like a. Well, if you scroll down, it starts going right into the old stuff.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And honestly, like while I was doing this, I was looking at all the rooms and all that kind of stuff, and I went to the TwitchCon thing and said find hotels and that kind of thing. And in the middle of me like trying to get the closest hotel, it became unavailable. So
really,
yeah. And I think Code took my fucking room.
I actually there's a place where you can put
get out of the shame box, Co.
Put in special description, and I actually put if by any chance somebody named Ezekiel the Third is in right now, if I could please have the room he's looking at, I'd appreciate it. And then I quickly hit save, and that's when Zeke said something, so I think it worked.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, because we were thinking about staying. Like I asked him, "Where are you staying?" He said, "There," and I went, "Oh, okay, that's where I'm looking at." And like in the middle of it, I was like, "All right, search," and it went, "Not available," and I went, "It was available," and then I hit the back button, and then it wasn't even a part. It wasn't even like an option to choose again.
Damn.
Like, motherfucker!
Damn. I like also that you were like, instead of saying where, you just said there. That was good.
There.
It was very good job.
Well, I'll tell you where I'm staying. I'm staying at the Motel 6.
Nice. That's how it should be.
Right. It's actually closer to Santa Cruz than it is to San Jose. I got about an hour and 15-minute commute to TwitchCon every day. But if you want to come visit me at the Motel 6 in Santa Cruz, you go right ahead.
Nice. Yeah.
Zeke's like, well, I found this bar, and they got a shipment coming on the 25th, so they're going to save me cardboard boxes, and I'm going to be picking that up out back in the alley. So, I mean, right next to beer. You can visit me whenever you want. Great location. Clean air. Well, somewhat.
You guys want to have a king shit moment for a second?
Oh, please.
King shit moment number 1. No, this is like, I don't know, some number of 2018. I don't have to book hotel because I'm dating a Twitch employee, and they just get a room.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I guess that is kind of
that's pretty king shit.
That's pretty king shit.
What?
Well,
I don't have to worry about any of this shit. It's just like, oh, it was announced. Okay.
This is when we go to Twitter and it's like, at Aurelian, Twitch is making me book my hotel this year.
Yeah.
What is this shit? JP's like, my girlfriend, look at my
It's easy. Easy life.
Oh god.
That happens to me from time to time.
Yeah.
When people say, "Hey, you going here?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm going." It's like, how much did you pay for your hotel? I'm like, Twitch got it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Also,
I've gotten skeptical. The last couple times people have gotten me hotel rooms, it has been like literally the cheapest they could possibly find in the area.
well, that's
So it's
also
gotten to the point
thing.
where it's like,
yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of the point where it's like, I think I'll just find my own room if that's cool with you. Like it's
Yeah.
okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I didn't know staying at your grandmother's house was an option, producer, but thanks. I'll find a hotel.
Also, to our feline friends that are watching, our furry friends, that's what I meant by that. There might be a random cat that comes into the room, and you're just gonna see
Yeah,
me
dude.
go like that because I don't want him going under the table and potentially static static shocking a cable and turning the whole stream down. So I'm on cat watch right now because if I shut my door, it gets to about 7,000 degrees in here. So
When, if ever, have you lived with an animal?
I lived with animals when I grew up my entire life till I moved out. The only reason I never had an animal in any of the previous houses was because it was against the contract, the rental contract. Galveston, there's no pets. When I lived in Dallas, my roommate actually had a dog. And then when I lived in San Antonio, the two houses there just couldn't have pets inside. So
Gotcha.
there might be a random cat, two cats. We have two cats that just might run into the room. So, especially if I leave the window open. I had a scary, here's something that could have potentially gone really wrong yesterday. Someone was painting inside the house and there was fumes and they were like, we're going to open a window. So I would open up this giant window in the great room. It's like, there, it's working. And a cat starts running towards the window and she goes, there's no screen on that. I had to slam it immediately before the cat just jumped out and fell 40 feet or so. So that would have been really bad.
I would have loved if you would have called off drop frames. Like, I can't do drop frames. I've got to find a cat.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been bad for sure.
Hopefully find a
scroll-
cat. Well, anyway.
What?
Check. Hey, they're stripping.
What? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't see him because of the beard.
No, but you just the
a
face. Man, if I had a vote for the face of Twitch, like the most inviting, warming, like,
Is it that
hey,
face?
Twitch is pretty great. It'd be stripping or I don't know, maybe Max, maybe Gassy Mexican.
Yeah.
Strippin's a great choice though, because I think Strippin looks with that beard looks more accessible, like more approachable.
Oh, okay. Accessible was a weird word to use. Approachable, though. Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. They should just get. You realize that Strippin and Gas Mexican are the same exact person, except one is American and one is English, right? Like, they're the same
One's
person.
American and one is stripping.
Yeah, they're the exact person if you really get down to it. They are. No,
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're 1-to-1.
Like
Everything about
Max would
them.
have to grow like a 1.5 feet, wouldn't he?
No, they're pretty comparable. I think. Is Strippin that much taller? You think than Max?
Strip's like 6'6", isn't he?
No,
Strippin's a big dude. He's a tall dude. But is he bigger than JP?
No, we're we're like
Yeah.
I think we're both 6'3", 6'4", depending on the day.
'Cause I know JP, you're like an inch or two over me, and I'm pretty tall. And then Strippin is a little bit taller than me too. I thought he was just about your size. Yeah, I think it was just about your size. How big is? How tall is Gassy?
About that size. He's pretty tall. He's deceptively tall. He is. I'm gonna find a picture of Strippin and Gassy Mexican together. Let's see here.
Welcome to the inside joke edition of
Here it is.
of drop frames,
Here
everybody.
it is, right here. You can see my fat ass in this image.
Wait, it gets TOS. No asses.
No asses. All right, this is from June 26, 2016. There's Gassy.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's Strippin. Granted,
Oh, look at
this
that!
is taken at an angle. So
I just love fucking Dylan on the fucking left-hand side.
Yeah, Dylan's
8-bit Dylan.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy, wonderful streamer. I got the chance to work with him at the hosting workshop, and he's
Dylan's
just
great.
extra.
Yeah,
Dude, he's
I
just
love Dylan.
extra as fuck.
Yeah, Dylan's fantastic. I'm trying to think, what was that BlizzCon? What were we all there in June for? Because that wouldn't have been TwitchCon, because TwitchCon's in the fall. I think that was BlizzCon.
Yeah, didn't you? Yeah, we missed a show because you went to BlizzCon and Disney and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was probably BlizzCon. Anyways, is there any other Twitch news that, while we're on the topic of that, didn't they change the TOS updates or the TOS update date? Yeah,
I have to admit it was kind of hilarious where they were like, here's some really hard new TOS rules, and then some Twitch streamers were like, you really serious about this, Twitch? Are you sure about this? And Twitch was like, just watch by our actions how serious we are. And then the date rolled around and they're like, we're pushing the date back 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, do you remember what you said last week? No? Oh,
did they say why?
I'm guessing it's the Lebowski, like a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous,
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think they sat down and made a list of all the streamers they were going to ban. And I think they looked at that list and said, holy shit, we got to talk to more of these people. Like, this is too many people.
Oh, God.
And I think they said, we need more time. They probably got a group of people together and said, you need to contact all the people on this list privately, and you need to let them know they're going to be banned and that they're lucky they didn't, and that they have until this time to do it. I got to say this, though. If they push the date out again, they might as well just scrap the whole thing. Like, the fact that they
what's the new date?
Once, March 3rd? I don't remember exactly, actually.
So
hold on.
Saturday? Here, Twitch.
I don't know.
Twitch, I'm gonna yell at you for a second. How come when I go to your fucking homepage, there's literally, it's all like, where are the tweets of you announcing all this like sub badge and the billion bit
March 5th
stuff?
and 6th.
I don't see any of this on your site. Where did you find that at, Co? Did you just Google it?
They tweeted it. The only reason I knew is because they tweeted it.
It's all
they
Twitter.
tweeted out the day. They tweeted out the day that they were supposed to do it, that they were pushing it back more.
They need the site, the blog needs some stuff.
They need a news page. In fact, now before I say that, hold on. News.twitch.tv.
Does that work? Blog.twitch.tv.
No, there's not. Okay. But yeah, they need a place we can go to just get important Twitch announcements, because now that you mention it, I don't know if there is one.
Well,
it's usually full of marketing.
It's usually blog.twitch.tv, but like you said, that's all marketing stuff.
Yeah. They don't do blog posts for like little announcements and little updates. They only do like big features and stuff like that from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So
unless we're just being super ignorant, chat, feel free to tell us. I mean, you usually are, but unless we're just not aware of something.
That's true.
Yeah, because they announced the new bit, the new cheer stuff. You can now get a 5 million cheer badge. That's a thing that we have access to, which is fucking absurd. And no one ever gets that.
I saw one. I saw a tweet about that. Wasn't it in
really?
Who was it? Was it Gathalion?
Really?
Like in one tweet, it was like, I want to say like 1,400, like, or excuse me, 10,000 bits things like 13 or 14 times or something like that. Or no, it was more than that, actually. It was crazy.
I'm looking on his Twitter real quick to see if they're... maybe it was a retweet. I don't see that. That's crazy. If anyone in chat knows what he's talking about, that's a bad deal. It's like what is it to buy 50,000 bits? Isn't it like $72,000 or something like that to buy that much? Isn't it absurd? Oh, it was Sevidus is who it was.
Sevidus, excuse me, it was Sevidus. Sorry.
Really?
Let's see. I want to see this. This is crazy. It's $79,000 to get that. To get 50,000 bits. That's how much that is, according to chat.
No. 10,000 bits is 100. So you're talking about millions, not thousands.
Yeah. I'm talking about millions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 79,000 to get 5 million.
Yes. I think that's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah. 10,000 is 100. 100,000 is 1,000. A million is 10,000.
Yes.
And then you add the overhead on top of that, times it by 5 for 5 million, and 79 sounds about right. Yeah. Jesus, man.
You see how bad that is?
So much money that Twitch is making for nothing. Like that is
Yeah. It's really
wow. That's like oh my lord, that's incredible. Well, it's not. It's well, you say it's really bad, but it's also kind of amazing on their part. Like if you think about it, I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane. That's insane.
Oh, here
I
it
think
is.
that you think the cut would like once they make enough, you think that they lower the cut that they take. Yeah, there it is.
450,000. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, that's $4,500
Yeah.
to the streamer.
That might be the biggest.
Which I
cheer
mean,
I've
when
seen.
you think about it, like I've seen shit like that before, but still, it's just like dropped it, and also Twitch made a lot of making so much money off of bits. It's fucking crazy.
Well, I would think that sure, this is a lot. This is one, but I wonder like how much bits are used like every minute or every second on Twitch. They'll never release that, obviously, but I really wonder. You could probably track that, honestly, if you had a chat bot like in every channel on Twitch. You could probably track that and see how it is. But I just wonder how much.
I mean, for those of you like doubting that Twitch would ever lower their cut, like they do that. Like they do that with partner streamers with their sub badges. If they crest a certain mark, like negotiations happen, stuff like that. Like not everybody makes the same amount.
It's one of the
Like
reasons
cuts
we're not
change.
talking about it.
No, we're not. I think we can talk about that, but we can't talk about like the actual number, right?
Yeah, I'm saying you're absolutely right. The fact that different streamers have different rates is the reason that Twitch has told us, please don't talk about the rates. It's the exact same thing in a company when the boss goes, hey, everyone working for me, please don't discuss how much you make amongst yourselves. Like it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. If everyone made the same amount, you probably wouldn't care.
It does happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On the topic of money, Ninja apparently just
Money.
hit 60,000 subs on his channel.
More power
Ninja?
to him, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
I think he might have eclipsed Geek and Sundry for being the. The Twitch
They
numbers.
had like 100 plus last time.
Well, I don't know how accurate that was because right now they're at 64 according to TwitchStats.net, which.
The February, yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
well, Ninja's at 62 according to this.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't know. See, if he just hit it on a stream, then it's about 2,000 subs off. So there's a little bit of a variable there on each of these numbers. I don't think it's exactly 1-to-1 because some people just might not, be in the chat and might not celebrate the next month or something.
The thing is, though, is like that's and here's what's awesome about that. What this shows is not only that. Ninja's a good streamer, obviously, and people freaking love him. But it also shows that now things like League of Legends, CSGO, those games that used to be like monolithic, BRs are now starting to get past that point to where the average, like when I started on Twitch, all the high-end channels, if you weren't like part of a group of about 5, would average hundreds instead of thousands. And all the big channels were in CSGO, League of Legends, stuff like that. Now with PUBG coming in, bringing in all these new viewers, we're starting to see other types of games start to eclipse competitive MOBAs and stuff like that. So this is kind of huge. It's really good for Twitch overall. But yeah, I mean it's kind of nuts, man. And it's definitely a rising tide rises all boats kind of thing. Yeah, I think overall, although this month has been a little bumpy for a lot of people, including myself, but it's good, man. This is a really good direction to be heading.
I think so. Yeah. Fortnite's definitely blown up since the season 3 announcement last week. It's at 194K viewers right now on Twitch. I think Ninja's been averaging like I've seen him like 2 or 3 days in a row at like 70,000 plus viewers, which is just absurd. It's just crazy. Because you think most of the like quote top average like 30 to 40, and then Ninja's like kind of going and one-upping that. Which is crazy for a normal audience, not like a returning to streaming audience or anything like that. 70,000.
The thing that's also
crazy.
really wild about this is to think that like 6 months ago, I'm pretty well 6 months to let's go to a year ago. Like Lyric was not only the top of the group, but I don't even think we foresaw. And this was right when PUBG was coming out, so there weren't any like big PUBG streamers yet. I don't think any of these top 5 or 6 we would have even thought. That's also around the time that Overwatch completely took off for Seagull, Moon, Tim the Tatman. Shroud also started coming back. Like, did this top 10 list we look at now, if you would have told me to make like just even a basic top 10 a year ago, wouldn't have looked anything like this. Nothing. Especially like the top 5, those numbers, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's like that every single streamer above the top 5 has 20,000+ subscribers. That's insane. And then the top guy has, what is that? 4 times as much than like the middle of the pack.
Well,
and he's all in the middle of the pack is already like top from a year ago.
Right. Yeah.
The amount that it's gone up in the last year is baffling. If you think especially about like the last 5 years, we're on a hard up right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oof. It is. It drops off pretty crazy though. Like,
it does.
Top 12 is like 10K plus, and then it drops to like 20.
Cutoff is 5K. Summit, pretty much. Like everyone above Summit is good, and then you. Well, I said Summit. Actually, it's me, and then it starts plummeting down at me, pretty much.
Yeah.
But like yeah,
10,
that's
10K is top 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Summit's at 8 with 16. Granted, this counter is not 1-to-1.
What was that site again? I forgot.
Twitchstats.net. That's where we're looking. Where were you gonna say?
And it's important. Go ahead.
No, I was asking you, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say it's important to mention, especially to anyone watching, this website. Not only are we not exactly sure how it works, but it's also, we know for a fact, somewhat inaccurate. Yeah. So take the numbers of that website we just gave with a slight grain of salt.
Only because we know our sub counts, and we can look at those counts on there and see that they're off by a number.
Last time I checked, I wasn't even on there.
Well, exactly. And actually, Zeke, that's a good point, because like some channels aren't tracked properly. Other channels I know for a fact aren't tracked properly. Like for instance, like CDN the Third, he's averaging 10,000 plus viewers pretty much every single day. And it says on here he has 2,300 subs. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think that's accurate. Yeah. I don't think that's accurate at all.
And we crashed the site.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
maybe
whatever.
we might have. But there's a lot on here that are just suspect. Like you look at them and it's just, you'll hear the streamer say, "Hey, I have X thousand." Then you look on here and it's like half as much or lower. So yeah, there's something wonky going on with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then what was the other thing? They announced the 8-year sub badge is now a thing. When is that?
That is something we've been wanting for a long time.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I don't know when. Are you looking at the page right now to say when it's going into effect? But
it's March.
Yearly, because I've been wanting the yearly badges. Once they announce that, I want 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, blah 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 blah, all the way.
Yeah. They need one more chain. One more chain
or cumulative.
Yes, if they made subs cumulative with this, like that would be so amazing. And I know Twitch doesn't want to do it because they're fully convinced that people will not sub as much if they know that they can just come back whenever. I understand where they're coming from. It will probably lose subs over on the platform, but it is definitely a quality over quantity thing. There's no question that I think 99% of casters would prefer cumulative subs, not consecutive subs. So, and for those that don't know what we're talking about in chat, most casters, including everyone on this panel and most people we know, think it is super dumb when you can sub for 6 months, then not sub for a month.
Yeah.
And then when you resub again, it says you've been sub for 1 month. We want it so every month that you sub is a number that only goes up. It never goes down and it never disappears. But we want that and we're fighting for it. But we've been wanting this for years now. So.
But the converse of that, I'm sure there's some people who like, oh, I had like 30 months in a channel and I dropped it once and now it's back down to 1. I don't, I was keeping the streak alive, but now I won't even bother anymore.
Absolutely. That's the argument.
I hope.
Also, anytime you've ever seen someone sub and go, "Hey, just wanted to stop by to keep my streak up."
Yeah.
I know we've all seen that pretty frequently. So, that would disappear. Someone in chat just brought up a really good point, though. Just give casters an option to make their channel that way if they want it. Default, it's off, but then a caster could be like, I would like my channel to be cumulative sub, not consecutive sub.
Wait a minute. You're saying people like options?
You know what, Zeke? That's a good point.
Stupid.
That's a good point. Never mind.
No, that's absolutely, man. That's fucking awesome. I hope they do that. I really hope they do cumulative sub badges, because I know there are people who would have like 50 plus months of subbing to me over time, missing like 2 or 3 months, like sporadically in the middle of things.
Yep.
Dude, I had a 36-month sub get in a car accident, and he was literally not able to get to a computer for over a month. And when he came back, he was distraught. And I was just like, dude, if there's anything I could have done, like that's just a shitty situation. I hate thinking anyone's in that situation, be it life or money. You know, somebody having to pick between like, okay, should I get lunch today or keep my sub streak up? That's not cool. Like that, you know, that should never be something someone has to decide.
I don't know. Did they turn on the clip champs and the top cheers? Is that live or oh no, it says coming soon. Sorry. I was reading as I was saying that. It's still coming
clip
soon.
champs, they have an icon by their name.
Oh, okay.
Does that work?
Like I know when I tune into my channel, like one person has like a little, it's the clapper between scenes.
Oh yes, that's in.
That thing.
The top cheer is not in though, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that top cheer thing is actually pretty cool. I mean, you see a lot of people using Streamlabs top cheer thing below their channel already, or as an extension, I think, as well. So for Twitch, just to put that in on the platform itself, I think is a smart move as well. Because people like to see, you know, I honestly think like Summit might have been the first person to have like the top donators below his stream, at least that I can recall. I'm sure there was someone else that did it before. And now you see a lot of people, a lot of the bigger streamers, and I'm sure smallers as well, do the same thing, where they just list like all the top donators on the channel, which is a good way to drive that if that's something that your viewer base is interested in.
Is that an extension or?
No, it's literally like they like type it out, like it's
no, dude,
old school. Yeah.
For the record, Summit, as long as I've known him, I think he's still doing it. But whenever he's on a wait screen. Like his yes. I'm not in a game screen is a giant list of his top donators.
I think he still does that. Yeah, I think Shroud does that as well. I think.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a smart way for sure.
People love leaderboards, man. The second they see them, they want to be on the top of them if they can do it.
Yeah.
You hear that, guys? You hear that? He said donators and then switched to tip.
Who?
It was a mistake.
Coded.
Oh yeah.
Top donators. Yeah. And he said tippers, and I was like, good job, buddy.
Yeah, I hate that word.
Because we get taxed for that shit.
I didn't catch that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. One day, be it a year from now or 30 years from now, someone's going to say the wrong word, and the wrong person's going to be listening, and he's going to be like, I heard that.
The IRS agent.
Like, I heard it. Yeah. He said donation. I'm going to audit that motherfucker.
I'm still waiting for the day when a streamer gets audited. Granted, I don't think we'll ever know, because that's not something you really like talk about publicly. Although I think a streamer is dumb enough, they'll probably talk about it. Just to like say I got audited. But yeah.
Well, no, the way that a streamer will get audited is if they're new-ish, they've started to make quite a bit of money, and then they forget to save, and then they go find out how much they'll owe at the end of the year in one big fucking chunk because they didn't pay in quarterly.
Yeah.
And they'll go, well, fuck, I'm just not going to pay my taxes. And that's how they'll get audited.
If anything, so I actually talked
I don't want to sell my Lamborghini.
I talked to my accountant about this. He was telling me the way that people get audited is when a computer finds something that doesn't make sense, and then a person looks at your entire tax return or like your entire tax information that you send. And that's how people get audited. Is when the computer sees a random blip in your information that you send, it just doesn't make sense, and they can't pin it to a 1099 or anything like that. There's no documentation for it to go back and double check. What was that?
All right, a little window popped up and I clicked on it.
Oh,
I thought that was like a construction worker or something behind me.
my first thought was like, What did your ass just say, Co? Sounds just like you. Your lips didn't move.
Sorry about that.
Oh my God.
Hold on, I have to fart. Caca!
That was great.
No, see, I just got a little pop-up that one of my clips was trending, and I was like, what the hell? So then I was like, oh God. So now I'm going over to live stream fail to see what happened.
Oh God. Oh yeah,
there
it was you finding Soda's wallet. And
Really, that's Soda's wallet.
yeah.
Oh, okay. And now I'm looking at the comments. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he lost it in
Nice.
Tokyo. I saw that.
Nice. I must have found nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'll get it back to him later. He's a good guy.
That was funny. That noise is just perfect. It was great. I have to ask: have any of you or either of you had a sub cancel for you? I had it happen last night to Zeke for me, and then this morning to Zizarin. The sub just
What do you
didn't
mean?
exist. I had to manually resub, and then when I manually resubbed, it was like, you've been subscribed to Zeke for 38 months. It's like,
Yep.
and if I didn't do that, it probably would have not gone through or something. I don't know.
I've already lost multiple streaks because subs have just turned off that were outside of the PayPal emails that we got outside of there. And the worst part is, like a lot of times, and I'm sure you guys get this too, like a lot of times people just gift me random subs.
Yeah.
And so my sub list is like gigantic. So I don't even know like which ones, is this a sub I got gifted? Is this a sub I have? Like what's active, what's inactive? And sometimes it even shows up there if it's no longer reoccurring, but you're like still have some time left on it.
Yeah.
So it's man, I tell you, dude. I don't know what's been going on with the sub program since that big PayPal thing, but like they have to lock this down, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
they tweeted saying that they fixed what the verbiage was like most of the issues or something last week. So
I don't know, man.
It was a weird way to word that.
Well, and to their credit, what it's looking like more and more is the issue is it's like Twitch can't do everything themselves. They have to use third parties that can help manage a payment. They're not a payment company. That would be not smart or feasible of them to do that. So they use a program or a company called Zosala. And Zosala is having all sorts of issues, not only with Twitch, but other companies too. So it's like, it's not just Twitch getting screwed. Like there's a bunch of payment issues happening with like all over the world and a lot of different issues involving Zosala. And it's not at this point, if they were to move off it, that'd be even worse. So It's not a good situation, man. It's not a good situation.
Yeah. How do you say that, by the way? Because I've always said Exola.
I say it Zosala. I say the X like a Z.
Okay.
So I call it Zosala. No, I don't. That could be wrong.
That sounds better than the way I pronounce it.
I've always just pronounced the X and then Sala. X-Sala.
That's what I say.
If you actually, if you take the X and the S and sound it out, though, I think the actual pronunciation is Sucky Payment Company. But a lot of people, like the translation's a little off, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you ever hear that term, that's that word.
I moved all my subs over to Amazon Pay, and it seems like okay. What?
Is that bypass Osala?
Yeah, it's its own thing. I had like credit card, Exola, Amazon Pay, and then there was a fourth one. I don't know. I'll go to a channel right now. But yeah. And I hope that reoccurs. I don't know. I hope it reoccurs. Who knows? I just wish that shit would be fixed because it's real fucking annoying going into a channel and be like, I'm pretty sure I'm subbed to you. I think I have to manually resub. Okay, good. We still have that 30-month thing. Yeah. And I think I see that same story across the board for so many streamers. I think I actually see Gathalion tweet about it once a day.
I mean, every single day I see people in chat mentioning like, hey, where'd my sub go? What happened to my sub? Like every single day. But that's been going on literally for months.
Yeah.
Like it has been happening pretty much for the last half year. So I've just gotten used to it. It's just it's the way of the game.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, that's rough. Oh,
I've had to go in and resub to people but it's been a while since I've had one cancel, like one of mine cancel.
Oh, yeah.
There was that big one that it was like a freak out or a scare that so many like happened all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just during the changeover, like every like sub going from Twitch to Exola.
Yeah. There's a lot of changes or a lot of things that need to be fixed in that regard that I hope they do. But we spent 40 minutes talking about nothing for the most part. Zeke, you finished Yakuza, and Co, you started Yakuza. So should we start with the end and then talk about the beginning? Or we wouldn't do this. Zeke, I guess with you, we'll start. You finished it.
I did.
Final thoughts. What are you thinking? I'm going to try to find some of your older VODs so that we don't spoil anything for Co here.
Okay.
But yeah,
I appreciate it. If Zeke, if you want to kind of go wild, I can mute for a minute.
No, no spoilers. I would not even dream of spoiling this for you.
Okay.
Because the stuff that there's so much stuff in the game. Yeah. I think I had a 25% completion when I finished it.
Jeez.
Because I spent a lot of time doing side stuff that didn't add to the completion percentage, like darts and Omaha poker and stuff like that. I didn't do a lot of the sub stories. I did a few of them, but I think I only did I want to say I did 33 out of 100 because there's 100. It shows you right in your menu that there's 100 sub stories or whatever.
Jesus.
And I did 30-ish of them. And so there's a lot of content that I didn't even get to. And also there's some mini game. Oh, this is something I will tell you, Co. That they don't really tell you in the game. They don't push you towards it, but there are 2 things in the game for each character. There's one thing for each character that is a time investment, and you'll know when you come upon it. It's a time investment.
And the guy's sending him out to get equipment.
No, not that one. Well, it's sort of that one, but that's not the one I'm talking about. But real estate, yes. And there was another one. There's another one for the other character. But yes, those things. If you spend time doing them, shit happens. Other story things happen that don't necessarily have any a lot of weight on the main story quest. But there's a lot of fucking content there that I didn't even touch because it got to a point for me where I was like, oh, the sub stories, they're kind of fun. They're kind of, they're funny. There's some cool stuff that's happening. But the main story was so good that I really wanted just to continue on with that. And the sub stories were honestly, in my opinion, for the 30 whatever that I did, I was like, yeah, they're kind of cool. They're fun. They're funny. There's some good moments in that, but it's nothing compared to the main story. I was hungry to continue that after a while. So I just doffed all mini games, all sub stories, and just continued on with the main story quest. Because I will say this, without qualms, without any exception, that Yakuza 0 has some of the best voice acting, scripting, mocap that I've seen in any game ever. Top 5 at least, as far as that goes. Yeah. I got reported. I got reported, so I censored
every
him.
Single one of them.
Yeah, so Scott censored him.
Beautiful. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
And mocap motion capture of the face, their facial features when they're speaking and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But goddamn, man, I fell in love with all the 3 lieutenants that you meet right away. You got the Awano, Kuze, and I can't remember the third one. But those guys are fucking some of the best in any game I've ever seen. So good. The story, literally brought a tear to my eye at one point. It hit me. It socked me right in the feels. It's just a stupendous main story, and the side stuff is goofy and fun.
Keep this part up, JP.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite activities, of course. Shibasawa, thank you, Shibasawa.
I wonder how YouTube will handle this. We're going to leave it on. I'm really curious how they're going to handle this.
Oh, it's fine. There's
It's all
absolutely
considered in game. This is all considered part of the game.
Well, YouTube doesn't give a fuck about if it's in game, out of game. If you got pink hair and you're not normal, you're probably gonna get that VOD demonetized.
I can guarantee you, I have watched one of these videos on my VODs on YouTube, and I have not gotten anything for it.
I can't wait to be the outlier.
There's nothing in these.
They're really tame.
Okay.
This is as bad as it gets. There you go. That's as bad as it gets, pretty much.
Yep.
Is that a heart balloon?
Hey, look at my balloon. I got balloons. Yes.
Oh, well now we're just an IRL
It's basically
stream.
an IRL stream. There's nothing different here.
Yeah.
This is Twitch IRL. So I mean, we're good.
Yeah.
But her costume is appropriate to her environment.
Yeah, for making balloons.
And her profession.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
just a working girl in a working world.
Jesus Christ. Do these have any relevancy to the story, or is this just there for people to
Well, no, they don't. Not really.
watch?
But
I like how JP is watching this and he goes, "This is probably story relevant, right?"
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that's the weeb in me,
Yeah.
knowing that obviously this is story related, because why else would they put it in there? Duh.
the really cool thing is that the people that are in the video are in the game. Like you meet them, and once you meet them, you can watch their video.
That's the best part. Whenever you're done watching a video, the camera just turns over to the tissues and zooms in, and it just waits.
The one,
And you see your character go, phew!
Ooh. Ooh.
huh?
Yeah, you
Guys,
collect
Chad is
those
saying,
things. Oh,
they thought the
there
main
he
story
is.
was good.
What the fuck?
Don't change it. It's my boy, Mr. Libido.
This is the guy from the club.
It's Mr. Libido.
The fuck is
Oh,
I
you
didn't know
haven't
we
met him
saw
out-
him again.
You didn't meet him out in the world yet?
No, I've only met him in the club. When we go to scout the
spoilers.
club, and he's there in the back, just doing this like by himself the whole time.
Spoilers. Sorry.
Jesus.
Speaking of which, I actually have. I you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna spoil it. You guys know the rare emotes with the dancing head?
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, you've got one for Mr. Libido.
We may have one of this guy in the works.
Nice.
nice.
BTTV emote or just a normal?
It's gonna be a
emote?
BTTV.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch does animated GIF emotes, do they?
No.
Nope.
They should.
And see,
Yep.
just like Co said tip instead of donation, I, for the past year, have started saying GIF instead of GIF, even though I think it's wrong. Because language changes.
Oh, okay. It's not because you're wrong.
It's not because I'm wrong. It's because, I mean,
Gotcha.
you know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to do that.
Let's not do that. You just destroyed chat. Here, look, I'm just preemptively emote only, and they can have some fun for a little
Good job.
while.
Good job, JP. Good job.
And then we'll take it off of emote only in just a bit. Yeah. Besides, there's only one emote you should be spamming because we have to get Zeke here on the top emotes of 2018.
Man, that has become, I didn't know it was going to become such, I thought it was like they let it happen for a day or two, but still flooding chat all the time.
Oh yeah.
Crazy how much, like, can we look at is there emote analytics that we can look at?
I don't know for site-wide. I know for, like... Actually, I don't know. Does Twitch emotes track global emotes?
You know what? I don't know, but I tried to use that Twitch emote site, and that is not what we were talking about on the show. I think I was using it wrong, but
Well, here's BC Warrior display stats, emotes usage per day. Wow, I'm actually going to show this. This is hilarious.
Okay.
When did we do that show? Was it perhaps February
2 weeks
7th,
ago.
2018? Was that perhaps the day of we should spam BC Warrior?
that's about right.
Yeah.
Well, if you look here, you can see, gets a couple of uses, and then there's the show. It gets 72,000 uses.
Nice.
Yeah, every Wednesday it goes up. Last Wednesday, or the last show was the 14th on Valentine's Day when we had Trout. That was 54,000, and it kind of tapered off. So yeah. You're doing good work, chat. You're doing good work.
That's hilarious.
You're doing God's work, chat.
Yes.
You're doing God's work.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it.
Good.
Yeah, Tacarilla, but yeah. Close enough.
Yes. Well, of course. But
Well, yeah.
Is there
They're
another? I'm
hand in
confused.
hand, one on one.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad that I
Who else
just
could I
closed that.
possibly?
I'm glad I just closed that, and immediately this pops up once again.
Yeah, more and more. Yeah.
You went back in afterwards. You were just like,
Oh, you go back. I wanted to see them all.
oh, okay, Jesus.
Yeah.
There's a
you collect
lot.
them. You collect them as
Like
you go.
30 plus. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, hi.
She's trying to clean that the bed frame. She's got to clean it.
Oh,
So
waving.
yeah,
Yeah, her bathing suit is actually a ShamWow.
yeah.
It actually cleans stuff.
How do you turn?
Balloons! Look at how
Oh, it's a
happy she is.
balloon. Oh, thank God. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a balloon. It's a balloon. Wink. So like I think half actually more than half. 75% of the content in Yakuza 0. Get that JP. Hold on. I actually I take pills for volume, so I'm just gonna grab this real quick.
Oh my God.
No.
Jesus Christ! I'm gone for 2 weeks on the show.
No.
So 75, actually more than 75% of the content in Yakuza 0 is side stuff. If you burn through the main story, like the speed run of this game is like 4 hours or something, but if you burn through the main story just in a casual playthrough, I bet you could beat this game in 8-9 hours if you just do the main story and nothing else. So there are like, well, maybe not, maybe 10-ish. If that's all you do not do any side content whatsoever. I bet you could do that.
That's pretty short.
And that shows how much side content there is in the game. More like 30. Is it really 30? Because how long did I play it for?
It's more like
I don't
30 if you watch the cutscenes. This is a very cutscene heavy game. They don't talk.
Oh, yeah.
You really play it out. So if you're speed running, you're skipping cutscenes. There's probably about 4 to 6 hours of gameplay. If you're watching the cutscenes, it's like 20 plus, even on a speed run. And then you're talking more like 30 at normal speed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was saying like gameplay wise, like that. It's like minus cutscenes, but the cutscenes. Oh my God,
They're good.
Have you met this guy yet?
All right. Well, we'll go to some co-footage.
Love this guy. Love that guy. He's so fucking awesome. But yeah, dude, it's one of the best acted and scripted stories of any game I've ever played. Just so good. And did you fall in love with Pocket Racers?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Did you get? Because once I found that, they're like, "Oh, welcome to the rest of the stream," and it never grabbed me. But once I found the darts and the Omaha poker, because like you can play Texas Hold'em in a few games, but Omaha it's a variation of like Hold'em poker.
Did you say
you don't see in any
variation
games.
or variation?
Wow, dude. I said very Asian. No, I'm kidding. Variation, of course, variation. A different form of what? Nice. Oh, that was a good catch. Good pickup.
I mean,
no, a variation of because you'd think like it makes sense because Omaha is in fucking Asia. And they would yeah. So I got caught up. I got caught up in that. I got caught up in playing poker and darts, and
makes sense.
some other mini games that I played a few times, and I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm good with that. But once you realize that the darts game is fucking totally rigged, like I stopped playing. It's fucking rigged as fuck. Like I bought the nicest darts. They were like $10,000 darts that I bought, like 100 million yen, or $100,000 darts. So it was like 10 million yen.
it's like
it didn't even
50,000
matter.
bits or so, roughly.
Yeah, 50,000 bits,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Quick
yeah.
math.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I stopped playing the mini games and started burning the main story for like the last half of my broadcasts of this game, and man, it's so good.
But yeah,
There was a lot of stuff that I missed, I guess, but I really don't feel like I missed the good stuff, like the important stuff.
Here's a question, Z. Do you ever see yourself firing it back up just to do some of the side stuff?
Me personally, nah, I don't think so. It was such a great experience that and the side stuff for me was just so decent, but not like, reach out and grab me like the story was.
Do you see yourself playing other Yakuza games?
Oh yeah, for fucking sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Oh yeah, no, I'm playing. Oh shit. Did you guys hear about the Yakuza 6 fucking fuck up? Sony fuck up?
No, what happened?
Oh man, they released the demo, but it was the whole game. Whoops. Oopsies.
What happens if you downloaded it?
They had to pull the demo because they couldn't update it to only be the demo. It was the whole game, and then they like tried to update it, but there was still a way around it, and then they were just like, screw it, we're pulling the whole thing. Let's take this a step further. Bike Man was streaming the Yakuza 6 demo, and he was only able to stream up to the endpoint of the demo, and without knowing it, he went right by the end of the demo and right way past where he was supposed to stop. They contacted him, and they said, hey, yo, you're playing the full game. Our bad. If you could just stop at this chapter that is actually ahead of you, even though you've already played past the demo, we'd appreciate it and enjoy the game.
Jesus Christ.
You want to talk about awesome? Like, oh my Lord. I read that and I was like, are you serious?
Well,
like,
yeah, it's good PR.
Oh, it was Sega that made that mistake, not Sony. Sorry.
yes,
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
good. That's
sorry,
good PR
sorry.
on their part. But how does that happen? That's insane. Yeah, Space Harrier is in here. I remember Zeke playing that. Yeah, that's insane. So if you downloaded the game for free, download the demo and got the full game for free, does it do you just disconnect your PS4 from the internet, or
No, I just think you don't update it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though. It's it's all sorts of messed up because that version of Yakuza 6 will never get any official updates. I don't think it tracks save games properly online. The console doesn't see it as a full game, from what I understand. So a lot of the features that normally full games get don't go into that. But now they've already pulled it. So I think it's the kind of thing where, I'm sure some people will play all of Yakuza 6 through the demo. But if money isn't an issue, you probably are going to want to pick up the actual version. So you get all the updates and the online stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool. Well, before we move on from Yakuza,
When is it due to release?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. But real quick, before we move on, that RC racing thing, because I got to talk about this a little bit. So I did the RC racing thing.
Whoa. Let's be clear. This is not RC racing.
Pocket racing with Pocket Racer Fighter. He's a great guy, by the way. A great version.
Fucking Racer Fighter. I love his fucking enthusiasm. It's so great.
But no, man, I started playing the Pocket Racer thing, and I read the instructions, and I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. I don't even control the car. I don't even accelerate the car. Like this, there's no way that I'm going to find this enjoyable. This is not even whatever. 2.5 hours later.
Jesus.
2.5 hours of me messing with tires, motors, gear systems, engines, side stabilizers, trying to identify, okay, well, I've got to jump here, but then I've got to get around this corner. I can stabilize around that, but if I boost here, then I'll be able to get the boost before I get to this corner. If I'm on the inside track, then if I go to the outside track, I got to be careful of that jump because that's gonna make me a little bit less stabilized. So, oh God, this jump has a loop. How do I do this? Okay, so we're gonna. Oh my God, man! It's so and this is just one of the little. Okay, I'm just gonna sum up everything about Yakuza real quick so we can move on.
Great.
This game is awesome. Holy shit. The going everything Zeke says I couldn't agree with more. The cutscenes are incredible. Here's the thing. Okay, so I just wrapped up Persona 5. Finished it. 135 hours. It was great. Persona 5 has a style. You get that style in the menus, the music. You get that style in the interface and the UI. And then you have the characters, which are lovable in their own ways, but they're mostly high school students with a twist, right? Persona or Yakuza 0 has cool UI and menus and stuff, but they're pretty basic. But then all of that style gets moved to the direction, the characters, the way they hold themselves, their swagger. I just saw the first major cutscene of the second character, where he's basically the owner of this club, and this guy's acting the fool. And oh my God, man, it's like you're watching a movie, and all the timing is perfect, and then it threads you in to do some action scenes during it. And it's on a completely different level. Not only that, the voice acting is incredible. This is one of the first games that has a non-English voiceover that is just too good for me to talk over. It's the first time I've ever said look, you got to read the subtitles because I'm not talking over this. It's way too good.
That's awesome.
And that's how it's been so far, and it's been great. But yeah, like I've played this game now, I think going on 12 hours. I'm about 2 hours through the main story, 2 or 3. And I've done bowling, roulette, darts, karaoke, dancing, pocket racing, fighting, batting cages. Did I say bowling already? Bowling.
Yeah.
And I haven't even touched. There's like 3 or 4 games I haven't even touched. And here's another crazy thing. Like Zeke was talking about how they have the Omaha. What's up?
Is that 3 or 4 games you haven't touched?
Yeah, right. Yeah, 3 or 4 games I know of that I haven't touched, I should say. But like Zeke was talking about the Omaha thing. Dude, there is a full, apparently, shogi system in the game for people that like to play shogi. You can actually like go in and play it. There's a full mahjong system in the game, so you can go in and play that if you want to. It's the amount of immersive activities makes you. It's I get the same feeling when I play Gwent in Witcher 3, where it's like,
oh God,
I don't know if I do this on its own. But the fact that it's in this like really, that's totally me. I'm sorry, someone is messaging me.
No, we're good.
Like I really like Gwent is cool. I might not play it on its own, but since it's in this really amazing immersive world, my enjoyment of it gets amped up by like a factor of 10. And that's how I feel about every single mini game I've played so far in Yakuza. They all give you money, which is basically experience. Some of them give you really amazing items, which can help you on your character. Sometimes they introduce you like this RC racing game. Or the pocket racing game. I was just playing through this, just messing around, and all of a sudden, I get a quest pop up. I go to do the next map, and the guy's not there, and I have to figure out where he is, and then I have to go meet him, and I have to do a side quest there, and then I come back, and when I come back, I do another race, and all of a sudden, this little kid's missing, and I have to go deal with him and his friend and the girl he met, and it's crazy, like how everything kind of ties together in this one package, and it's all wrapped around the good story with great characters, a fun and engaging combat system. This is just a lot of game. It's just a lot of game. And I have to say, not only am I kind of sad that I missed it the first time, but if people are even considering trying this game and you have a PS4, you should check it out. Like it hits a lot of bases. Like you will find something you really like in this game.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and some of the fun things you'll do. I taught an S&M introductory course in front of a yard of children.
Yeah, I love that one, dude. So
Jesus.
Yeah, that was fun. I could literally start listing off like just a plethora of ridiculous things I've done in this game. And oh my God, Zeke, you weren't. I at one point doing this when I was doing the lively interjections and my guy started singing. I had to stop doing the buttons. I had to just listen. I was laughing too hard. Like oh my God, man. Woo!
Yep.
Oh. yeah.
Go.
Oh yeah, go. Just in the background. And dude, the new guy, Majin Buu or whatever his name is, like his are even better.
That's a DBZ character, man. That's it's
whatever. But yeah,
all right,
you're
right.
Awesome.
You're right.
Awesome.
Mush.
Yeah.
Well,
and the
I'm
dancing
echoing through your shit.
The dancing, it just all of it. It's so good. There's so many good things about it. I already can't wait to keep playing it. I'm 11 hours in, and it's just been an absolute joy. It's been an absolute joy.
Yeah. Nice. Well, we're almost done with our Drop Frames anime arc because you got to talk about the end of Persona 5, Co.
Yes, you do.
Oh man. Persona 5 was an experience.
One thing.
What's up? Go ahead.
I'm echoing through your thing.
You are echoing, yes.
For some reason, I am echoing through your thing, and JP is not. I don't know why.
I mean,
is that any better?
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's much better.
Okay, great. Okay, there we go.
First, most important thing. Who was your waifu?
I was Team Makoto.
All right. Good. I mean, all solid choices. Like, there's not. I think the only choice that I would have frowned upon you. Only 2 choices I would have frowned upon would be Forehead Chan and Futaba.
I was gonna say my backup bay is Futaba. So you're not a Futabe?
No, man. Dude, she's like naive about the world. That would be taking advantage of her.
What is
Terrible.
happening
Shame on you.
on this show, chat?
She's not challenged.
It's just me and you.
No,
Me
but
and you,
she's
chat.
she's
So
a
stop treating her
shut-in.
like she is. She's
What's
Utama,
going
damn
on
it.
here?
Man.
What has become
So are you.
of this show?
Fair enough. Touche, my friend. Touche.
All right, let's go back.
But anyway, no. I
Makoto's
was
a good choice.
Makoto,
Makoto saw
and,
Queen.
Yeah. She was solid. She was solid. But no. So the end of Persona 5 and the final thoughts. It was a fantastic experience. It definitely confirmed my suspicions that the new thing I'm doing this year about having to try games like this there's no question I should have played it last year, and it should have been somewhere in my top 10 list. And it will be the game that taught me that I have to play games all the time. Like even if I'm not comfortable, if it's outside of my comfort zone, you got to give it a try, because there's no question that I enjoyed Persona 5 drastically more than I thought I would. The ending was really good. A lot of great reveals. It wasn't too challenging. It was just the right amount of awesome. I did all the way through the epilogue. I definitely had a pretty emotional time going around and well, this slightly spoilery.
Should we do spoiler hands or fingers or some?
Well, I'm not gonna. No, well, yeah. Just
could.
pop the spoiler tag for a second.
Spoiler
You'll know why
tag is
when I'm
my
saying-
hand today, chat.
Okay, there you go.
When my
Spoiler tag
hand
up.
goes
Okay,
down, it's spoiler free. Go ahead.
Great. Perfect. Okay. So the spoilery comment is that I definitely was a little bit emotional going around the town at the end, and kind of your character kind of moves through his like last goodbyes and everything, and you kind of go over what you did in the game and stuff. And the reason this is a little bit spoilery is there are definitely times when you don't know if everyone's gonna make it through, and maybe they don't in some ways that you play. But it was I didn't really realize until I got close to the end how. And I said this on my my thoughts vid on this too. The game really does a good job at making you kind of like the characters without you even knowing it. And it wasn't until I really realized that, like, hey, this is my last stream of Persona 5. Like, I'm never gonna make fun of Ryuji saying for real again. I'm never gonna talk to Lala Chan again. I'm never gonna see these people and hear Anne be just stupid and get to do these events. Like it felt very similar to when you're ending a multi-season thing on Netflix. And I think we're good with the spoilers now, by the way. Thank you. It gave me that same feeling where it's like I'm saying goodbye to this group of people. And that made me legitimately sad. Because with a game as big as Persona 5, like I said earlier, 135 hours. And keep in mind, I only stream usually one game like 4 to 6 hours a day if I'm not doing it both days.
Yeah.
So this was a game I played for 2 months, almost 2 months. So it was very impactful at the end, and honestly, overall, a really, really great game. And I wasn't expecting it. I'm not gonna make the obvious I didn't see it coming joke. So stop asking me, chat. It's definitely, it was really good. And like I've been saying, even if it's outside of your comfort zone, I recommend giving it a shot. If it looks even slightly interesting to you, give it a shot.
Also, make sure that you have a lot of time to play the game.
Yes,
because it'll devour your soul in your game time.
Yeah, Zeke's playthrough was like 180-ish hours. Mine was 135. But here's the thing: I could have done more. Like I didn't really do much of the persona fusing. I only had like 1 or 2 endgame personas. I did get lucky enough and max on my confidence and stuff. But that was only because chat was really helping me. Most people, they go through the game, get a lot of confidence maxed, and then you open up a bunch of really cool features for a new game plus mode. Because you go around at the end of stuff happens at the end of the game that helps the next one. So it's there's a lot of content there. Even if you had a pretty thorough full playthrough, they give you reasons to do another one.
Nice. Well, I think that, well, no, because you got to finish. The end of Yakuza will be the end of our anime arc on Drop Frames.
Hmm?
Actually, fuck, it'll probably no, because it'll coincide with Ni no Kuni 2 coming out. So I guess the anime never ends. I guess.
Yeah, it's another game we'll
yeah.
be playing too.
Yeah, I guess it's just the year of anime.
And then wait,
I've never played Ni no Kuni.
It's pretty good. What was that, Ko?
Are you gonna try Ni no Kuni 2, Zeke?
I want to play I would like to play the first one before that, but
I don't think there's any.
Better start now then.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
You're gonna
but
play the second one on release.
There's no story relationship between the two of them, reportedly. So.
Oh, it's like Final Fantasies.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I'm sure they're gonna tie it in somehow in some small way. Probably kind of like what they did with Xeno Saga, Gears, whatever that recent Xeno game is we played. But yeah, I think is there any other? I don't think there's any other anime games coming out besides that. There probably is. Anyways, let's get out of this weird, awkward phase of the show and talk about Into the Breach because we got 20 minutes to break, and this seems like a good 20-minute game. And then we'll go to Zeke with Indie Sunday when we come back.
Well, if we want to stick with the anime theme, I played Bayonetta again yesterday.
Oh, how'd that go?
What's Bayonetta?
You don't know what Bayonetta is?
No,
I
said it's Bayonetta, right? You played it on the Switch?
That's the funny thing. Like, that's where... Yes, I played it on the Switch.
Okay.
The Switch docked for that game is 720p max. Max.
Really?
It is fucking ridiculous
Isn't
that it's 720p max.
Bayonetta's
I
on
tried
the
to play
PC,
it on
right?
my... Yes. I downloaded it. I was like, fuck this. I downloaded it on my PC. Fucking cutscene screen tear during all the cutscenes. My capture card for some reason was creating screen tear for OBS. Like, it wasn't tearing on my monitor, but it was definitely tearing on the stream and in OBS. I don't know what the fuck was making that happen.
Yeah.
But it pissed me off because the graphics were so much clearer and crisper.
Is this
on
Switch footage?
PC version?
Or
Yeah,
PC footage? This is the beginning of your broadcast.
The first 2 hours of my broadcast were me switching back and forth.
Oh.
And like trying to fix the fucking screen tear.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Are those Sonic rings?
Oh, I skipped ahead.
Right? No, they're Halos. They're Halos. They're not Sonic rings. Nothing to do with Sonic the Hedgehog whatsoever. But yes, they are Sonic rings. And also, the other thing with Switch is you have custom costumes. You have custom skins. You can be Samus. And you can be Princess Peach. And you can be Daisy. And you can be Link.
Wait, Co.
There's 4 custom Switch costumes.
Your reactions are implying... Have you ever played Bayonetta, Co? Oh, okay. You should probably play Bayonetta sometime this year. It's... When there's a downtime in games, you should add Bayonetta 1, 2 to your list.
Yeah, it's only like it'll take you... Like, it's going to take me 2 streams. So, like 16 hours for someone who plays really slow and bad.
Yeah.
It's a fairly short game, and it's one of the most stylized, cool. The combat is fucking super fast, very Devil May Cry-ish kind of combat, I think. I think that's a fair comparison. But the voice acting, the story, it's a little anime and goofy and over the top, but it's so much fun. And, I mean, you get to beat the shit out of angels, which is awesome.
Yeah, you do. You do.
And the music, oh my god, the music is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, the everything about the game is fantastic. Both the first and the second one are both great games.
Yeah.
To go back to the Switch, do you recommend people play like handheld?
If you play it undocked, if you play it handheld, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I picked it up and I looked at it and I was like, Jesus, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
But it's 1080p when you pick it up. Docked, it goes to 720.
Are you sure it's not 720 in your hands and it just looks better because it's smaller?
This is all hearsay and conjecture. You're right, but I will say that when I picked it up, the difference is fucking noticeable.
Huh.
It is sharper. Look how soft the lines are on this.
Yeah. Is the Switch screen's not an OLED screen, right? Do you know?
Or 900 in the hands. 900.
Oh, it's 900 in the hands.
But people are saying it's 720 both ways. It just it looks better in handheld because it's a smaller screen. Yeah, whatever.
That's probably
It looks better handheld.
Yeah.
It looks just the point being made is, yes, mobile, it's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Mobile, good. TV, bad.
Yeah. Play it on the PC. It's gonna look better regardless, no matter what console it is.
If you probably won't have screen tear like I do. I don't know why. I couldn't figure out the problem. I couldn't figure out the problem or solution. I changed all kinds of things in OBS. I don't know what was going on. I might maybe I should have changed my capture card, like, because I have like a backup. Maybe it was the actual capture card that was fucking it up, but I really wish it wouldn't have done that. And also, God fucking damn Xbox, Microsoft, you motherfuckers, for switching around the goddamn B or ABXY fucking keys. Because every time I see a Y on the screen, I press the top fucking button when I'm playing on Switch, and it makes me so angry.
Yeah. No, that's...
Dude, that drove me crazy in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 trying to do those salvage points. Because I would sit there like,
oh my
okay,
God, that was
I'm a
the worst.
33-year-old man. I can hit a button prompt when it comes up.
That sucks so bad.
Then my thumb, and then it would pop up, and without even thinking, my thumb would move over where it isn't, and I'd hit it, and I would look at my thumb, and I'd be like, I swear to God, if you do that again, oh my God.
The first 10 hours of that game, chat was the angriest I've ever seen them be at me because I wouldn't hit the fucking things correct. It'd be like, press A. I'd have to look down at my controller.
Yep.
And then
like
look back at
man.
the fucking screen and then press it and just miss. And then, okay.
Back in my day, Y was on the top where it belonged.
Press Y. Okay, I'll hit the... Oh, fuck, it's to the left. God damn it.
No. Okay. Do not put the blame on Nintendo.
Why not?
Because they were first. BA was always the square fucking controller. It was B and then A.
You're probably right.
It was out of order.
You're probably right.
Just because you're first don't mean you're right.
Microsoft fucked it up.
They should adjust to the new standard, which is everyone but them. Just do it. Just bite the bullet and make the change, and everyone will be better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, it makes more sense to have them in alphabetical order, but they're not on the Nintendo. Like, they never have been on the Nintendo. It's fucking stupid. I like recalling that and looking back at that fucking square controller, looking at it and going like, why the fuck is the B before the A?
Because it goes from outside in.
It's because you read Japanese the other way.
You
read Japanese from right to left, not left to right. So in their mind, it goes right to left. That's why. It's because they're backwards.
Well, should have made them numbers instead of letters. That's all I gotta say. They should have just had one.
Then it would have been 2-1.
Two.
And it would have been even worse.
They don't read numbers backwards.
They read everything backwards. They're backwards people.
And it's not backwards. They read it properly to them. Let's be culturally aware of this.
Then you're backwards.
Jesus Christ. Bayonetta's still a video game. Let's move on.
No, but that's the thing. The funny thing is programmers always, they don't use letters. They don't use letters or symbols. They use numbers. They know like this is like this one's 1, this one's 2, this one's 3, this one's 4. And that's all they call them.
Programmers don't use letters or symbols?
The controller inputs. They're controller 1 input, controller 2 input. Okay. That kind of stuff.
Co was about to be like, as a developer, you're wrong. But Zeke clarified. He clarified.
No, it's universal all the way around. So it's universal for Switch, PlayStation, Xbox controllers. Yeah, declarations. There you go. Start at 0. That's what I'm saying, guys. You use numbers though, and they're universal numbers for like the 4 buttons on the pad, the D-pad, the triggers, the bumpers. Like they're universal like delegations for those.
And someone just brought up a really good point in chat, and I guess that's why Sony uses pictures over letters or numbers.
Yeah, the triangle, circle, square, X thing, yeah. Although they still used circle, which is the far right, as like an affirmative or like move on, where X is like the move on button for or continue forward, whatever button on Microsoft games, Xbox games. They're swapped. That sucks, is what I'm saying. Anyways, this is a dumb conversation.
PC Warrior.
Let's move on.
It's not a dumb conversation. I like having conversations like this. It's
I don't like them
up
because everything that I say, I'm just like, is that? I think that's right. Anyways, let's move on.
It's fun talking about things that we have no idea about, really.
Yeah.
When you open up Joy to Key, like Joy to Key is the same. Like when you're reprogramming your controller buttons, it's the same for every controller you put in.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what other outfits does she have from the Nintendo repertoire, Zeke? Is there a Zelda?
Say it again.
What other outfits does she get from the Nintendo?
Yep, there's 4 outfits that you can do. You can do Samus. You can do Link, not Zelda. You can do Link.
Oh, okay.
Daisy, is Daisy a princess? Princess Daisy?
Yes, she's in the
yellow
the
outfit,
Mario games.
and then Princess Peach.
Okay.
Yep.
I wonder why Daisy, because that's Mario Galaxy.
Well, they wanted Luigi to get some, I guess.
Oh.
Because isn't Daisy Luigi's bae? Because she has a little Luigi. Honestly,
I don't think so.
For the Bayonetta costume, she has a little Luigi doll hanging from her hip.
I don't think Luigi and Princess Daisy dated. Daisy's like the Peach of Mario Galaxy. I don't even think Peach is in Mario Galaxy. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways.
Rosalina is Galaxy.
Oh.
Daisy's Mario 2. Okay.
Oh, I'm completely wrong then. It's Rosalina. That is correct. I was completely wrong.
Yeah. Well, whichever fucking Mario princess is in yellow. Yeah. The yellow princess. Then there's the pink princess, which is Peach, right? I'm hoping.
In the pink outfit, yeah.
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 But yeah, you can get all 4 of those. The best thing though about the Samus one is, as far as I know, it's the only one that does it, but you can control her visor during the cutscenes. So I was punctuating all the cutscene shit, where she's like, she has this English accent. She's like, "Yes, love. I think it's time that I kicked your ass." Because you can control it on your own. Like if you hold down the down directional pad.
Oh, that's
in the cutscene, which I thought was pretty neat.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, if you have time to like a downtime, a day or two to play this, I cannot recommend it enough. It's so much fun.
It's really good.
I'll check it out sometime. I definitely, my list has exploded in the last month. I thought this was going to be a dead zone, and it turned out it's not going to be at all from the looks of it. So we'll see. It'll go on the list though.
Cool. Yeah. Is 8 minutes enough to talk about Into the Breach?
Well, I haven't played it.
We can spend a little bit more time on it. It's fine. We don't have to abide by the rules too much. What the fuck is... Everyone that I've seen talk about this game is like, it's not quite FTL addictive, but it's pretty addictive.
I think it's great.
Well, they're saying it's good, but it's not like FTL addictive is what I've been told. What the fuck is this game? Tell me about this game.
Okay. So, Into the Breach is a roguelite puzzle game. It is really interesting. It has, you usually use 3 different units, a melee, tank type of character, and then like an artillery. And basically the game is you are given a bunch of random scenarios where there may be multiple objectives, there may be special objectives, and your goal is to primarily survive a set amount of time without buildings getting destroyed, but then also get a bunch of side objectives completed as you do it. By completing objectives and not losing your cities, you kind of gain more upgrades. There's a huge amount of randomness to it. As you clear areas, you can earn a currency and buy new units, new weapons, new pilots. Pilots of your different mechs give different bonuses and stuff. Also, all the different mechs can be updated and upgraded as you move to different levels. But at heart, it is a really cool kind of... I don't want to call it XCOM-y because it's not quite the same. It's more of kind of like a mech puzzle combat game. It's pretty unique, but it's really, really fun. So an example is like if you see that unit I just selected, that guy has a long range attack that hits one unit for damage and then blows all the units around it back. And then if you blow units in different directions, if they run into things, they take damage. It can pull other things away really easy.
You're so...
Come on, man! That was fucking. If you blow units, not only say you
can blow this way,
units,
that way.
Like my unit.
But anyway, no, you can blow them back. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, there's also a bunch of different enemy types based on what island you're on. You can kind of pick which maps to go to and tailor the challenge to what you're going for at the time. There's a meta game component where you can get different teams of mechs, and those mechs all play completely differently. There's also this weird kind of like time component. Like the way the game works is that basically the world is destroyed except for a key little area. And then you play that area, and when everyone's about to die, you go back in time. And you can take a certain amount of things with you. And sometimes you can even bring like one of your pilots with you back in time. And then when you start your new game, you have like some of the stuff you've saved up, the meta currency you've spent, and then you can bring that one pilot into your new one. The randomness makes it so there's almost, at least so far for me, there's never been a situation that's been similar. The strategy is awesome because the way that it works is it's turn-based, but you always see what your enemy's going to do first. So the enemy takes a turn, moves its units, establishes, like right there you can see, the enemy's moving its units and establishing exactly who they're going to attack and how. And then it flips to your turn, and then when you take your turn, you can push enemies around, you can move out of their line of fire, you can just kill them. But what's even cooler is, like, for instance, if you look at the very bottom right of the screen right now, there's the mech, and he's got that web around him.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 guys around him. Well, if I were to shoot an artillery to that bottom water square, it would push the bottom guy up 1. And then since he's still attacking, he would actually hit his own unit the next turn. So it's kind of weird. It adds this different level of strategy. Now, what I ended up doing, as you just saw, is I just dropped that thing that pushes people back, and I pushed him into the water and killed him. So that worked too. But if you see, it pushed that other guy up, and now he's attacking an empty square. So there's this kind of weird time component in with it too, to where you can see where the enemy is going to do. You can try to react to it, although you won't always be able to. And you can kind of plan out your moves a little bit in advance. So I am not very good at this game yet, but I've watched some streamers that are, and some of the ways that they look steps ahead is crazy impressive. A good example being Lethal Frag.
That makes
Watching Lethal Frag play this game was like taking a course.
Was this game early access or anything like that? I want to say that, like, I've seen this before, but maybe I'm just remembering something else. Did it just come out and this is the full game? Or
Yes. The full game, it came out in early access on Monday, where a few streamers got to stream it.
Okay.
It was officially out on Tuesday, and it has been out since yesterday.
I see. Okay.
You can buy it on Steam or new sponsor announcement incoming, or GOG.com.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Nice.
I think I'm at my quota.
Yeah.
So I was kind of paying attention to chat for a little bit there. Did you say you could see like the turn before it happens, so you can decide what you do?
Yes. So when basically during the enemies, go ahead.
No, it's funny because when we come back from the break, I played a game that has a very, very similar mechanic. Very similar. Yeah, you'll see.
Huh.
Cool.
It's called Legendary Gary. I played it on Indie Sunday, and I liked it so much that I actually played it again and finished it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Looking forward to hearing about it. Oh, real quick. Here's the metagame. So whenever, like, each island has different regions, and then if you click on the regions, you can see those little icons under the names. Well, depending on what region you pick, not only dictates what you have to do on the map, but the little icons are sub-objectives that can then heal you, give you more upgrades to your mech. At one point, they can, like, special things can drop called pods that give you extra items and those kind of objectives. Some of them start you with special units or may give you a special unit. There's a huge amount of variance in this game, and I'm sure I've only looked at, I've only used one of 8 different mech teams, and I've only played, I think I've cleared 3 islands, and they can randomize every time. So it's seemingly a very large game. I think strategy nerds will absolutely love this game. I think it could be potentially like a big next cult classic, kind of like FTL was when it came out.
Now, do you think? Because I tried picking up FTL and it never grabbed me for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Really?
It seems like a game that I would love.
Yeah, I would have thought you would be all over that.
It just never got me. I mean, do you think that I would, if knowing that, do you think that would have any like effect on me liking this game?
This game, even though it's by the makers of FTL and people say it plays like FTL,
That's why the comparison.
I didn't really get that feeling. I got a pretty unique feel from this game, and it's almost to the point where I feel like it'd be pretty hard to say if you like FTL, you'd like this. I mean, there are similarities, like combat phase or action phase, and then meta map, and then combat phase and meta map, and then when you finish a round, you have your like meta points to distribute and stuff. Though there are those types of similarities, but the main gameplay loop is significantly different. And here's another thing that I think may be a little bit hard for you. And the reason I'm saying this is not, first, let me say this is not an insult to you, Zeke. Because what I'm about
it just the way it came out, I was just like, I know you, and I know you didn't mean anything by it, but to the outside watcher, just like Wow, what a dick.
I know. Well, you didn't let me finish. Let me finish, and you'll see it's not nearly as bad as you thought.
Go ahead.
Now, this is not a comment on you, Zeke, because I felt exactly how I'm about to say. And what happens is later in the game, especially at the beginning of rounds, you've got 5 enemies on the map. You don't know what 2 of them do. They've all established their attacks. Your 3 guys are on the map. And there were multiple times playing this game when I was just looking at the map going, I have no idea what I want to do. This is so far outside of what I know how to do that I know that anything I do is going to be wrong. And this game made me feel like that frequently. It is not an easy game. It is punishingly difficult. It is the kind of thing where one small mistake can end a run that took you 30 minutes. Literally one misclick and you're done. You can lose a unit again by one misclick. An entire unit you've been working on for multiple runs can be killed. It is a brutally difficult game, and that is the reason I say that to you is because I know at times because I'm the same way. A lot of times when you get to those games that are just like you have to focus on so much that you almost can't focus on anything else, including the stream, your chat, and everything going on. That plus the fact that every single person in chat is going to know how to play better than you, know the next move, and it's going to be better than yours, and chastise you for not doing what they suggested.
It's lethal.
Yes, exactly. In fact, there's a lot of lethals in this game you can miss. But that's the only reason. Like there are certain types of streamers that are really going to flourish in this game, and then there's other streamers that are going to be like, there's so much going on that unless I want to take this at a half snail's pace, I'm going to just make mistake after mistake. And that's kind of the boat I was in. I mean, I had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun game, but it is a difficult game. It is a hard game, and it's real easy to fail. So that's the only reason. And you know, well, go ahead.
No, honestly, it seems like it's right up my alley for. God damn it! Why am I coming through on your speakers?
I have no idea because I am turning it up as low as I can to hear JP. So it's either like apparently you echo or I can't hear JP. You know what? I'm gonna put on some headphones.
No, it means that I'm louder than JP is.
I'll get it
on your speakers.
Yeah, that's what it means. I've heard myself echo a little bit, but not too much.
Anyway,
I'll fix it up for next time.
It seems like a game that I would actually really enjoy, and I understand. I completely understand I understand what you were saying before about your choices. Like you have too many choices. Like when you go to your Steam profile and you're like, I've got all these fucking games, and you just kind of stop, and you have too many choices, and you just paralyzed by choice.
Yep. It's kind of that way. It's kind of that way. But the worst part is, unlike that, Zeke, you just know that out of the 30 available moves in front of you, 29 of them are going to completely screw you. So it basically becomes a game of like, can I not suck this turn? And that's like the whole gameplay loop. Hey, maybe this turn I won't suck as much as the last one. Awesome.
Now, is there any percentages like RNG, like this will be like 50% to hit or anything like that?
The only RNG component that I've seen so far is the way that it works is if every map has buildings, and the buildings represent population. If you look in the top left of the screen, right down there, there's those orange squares. Mm-hmm. Every time a building gets hit, one of those squares goes away, and that's your life. So when you run out of those squares, the game is over. So the only RNG component is if you look to the right of those squares, there's something that says grid defense. And every time a building gets hit, there is that % chance that the power grid will provide a shield for the building. So there is a small chance that anytime you get hit, there's a chance that you won't take damage. However, enemies attacking do not have any RNG from I've seen. There's no missing. There's no attacks not landing. It is pretty much a strategy game at heart. That being said, there's a huge amount of RNG as opposed to every map is pretty much randomized from what I've seen. The enemies are almost always placed differently. When you put your units down, the enemy gets to move all of theirs before you do anything. So it's like they let you place your units, but it's a complete crapshoot if you put them in the right place because all the enemies are just going to move around their first turn anyway. So there are RNG components, but it's not XCOM RNG. It's not like let me click on this mob and there's a chance that I'm just going to catastrophically suck. It's not like that.
Okay. It's not hedging your bets. It's kind of like trial and error.
Exactly. And I will say this. I feel like Into the Breach is much more strategy dependent than it is like XCOM game, which is strategy dependent, but also very RNG heavy. This is not an RNG heavy game. This is a strategy heavy game.
Cool.
From what I've seen so far.
Makes sense.
I'll check it out.
With it being an early access, or is it? Can you clarify? Is it early access or is it full?
You know what? I don't know. If it is an early access, I'd be surprised because it feels like FTL. Like,
okay.
It feels like
no, it's not early access.
It's not. Okay. It's full. It's full.
Yeah, there you go. But that being, and again, it feels like a full game. Didn't crash once. Had no issues, no bugs when I played. Like it's a very solid game. By the way, good time to mention also, if you, again, this is, I don't mean to like empty this on you. If you buy FTL on GOG, if you buy Into the Breach on GOG, you get a free copy of FTL. Oh, so if you've never bought FTL and you get this game like $15 right now, they give you a free copy of FTL too. So I don't know if that's on Steam too.
Deal.
No, it's on GOG.
You're just sponsored to say it, but I'll say it. That's a good deal.
That's not buying hard. That's buying smart.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have the tooth.
I'm just trying to get you guys a good deal. If I was really selling out, I'd give you my referral link. Just saying. But no, that's just a good deal. And if you've never played FTL and you're thinking about getting this game, it's good. It's real good.
Yeah. Do you have any idea
how long? I've heard that this game plays really well with like a Razer brand mouse.
Agreed on an Intel Core i7. Crazy enough. Wow, you know what's even better? I've heard that the entire experience is better with a nice warm cup of Madrinas.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
It really does. I heard that it gives you brain strength. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is.
Brain strength.
I was looking around because I was looking around for something to show, and then I realized I am sponsored by nothing and nobody.
That's when he just start grabbing random items.
Yeah, just grab something and just.
Honestly,
soothing lotion is so. It's just amazing.
I do this from time to time where I just like Jameson, the whiskey of champions, not sponsored yet.
Nice.
I'd fully back that sponsorship and recommend it to everyone.
Yeah. Code, do you have any idea how long like a full run takes of this game? Is there such a thing as like a full run?
Yes. Now this is something that's pretty cool. So the way that it works is there's 4 islands, and each island has anywhere between like maybe 4 to 7 of these maps. Now these maps don't take very long. Of course, your speed is going to be more dependent on how good you are at the game. But the way that it works is when you beat 2 of the islands, there's a final island. And you can go right to that island and then attempt to finish your run. And the game even tells you, look, if you go for the final island after 2 islands, it's going to be the same difficulty as if you were to do the other islands and do it 2. So in other words, if you do 2 islands, you're going to get a difficult encounter. And then if you do all 4 islands, so therefore you are stronger, if you then do the final island, it will be a harder island to account for the fact that you did more farming. So it's basically saying whenever you pick to do it, you're going to have a consistent challenge. Now, I've never done the final island yet. I'm still trying to clear the other islands. But if you do go right for the final island, I've heard a full run, like beginning to end, can be like half an hour, if even. Like
Damn.
you can have pretty short runs. You can also die in 5 minutes if you don't do it properly.
Yeah.
But a full run, it's not like an FTL. I remember runs would take anywhere between like 45 and like 2 hours, depending on how slow you went. This gameplay loop is significantly shorter when talking about like the overall beginning to next playthrough kind of thing.
Yeah.
This game seems shorter. But again, a lot of that time is going to be dependent on how long you sit here like I am and just kind of sit there like staring at the map going, what should I do next? So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, cool. Yeah. I wonder if they're planning on putting this on like iOS or anything, because I feel like it
would make a perfect mobile game, dude.
Yeah. I'd play the fuck out of this on an airplane for sure. Without a doubt. But we're due for a break, so let's take a break. We got Indie Sunday, some others. I'm sure some other games have been played as well. And then I don't know, we might take some questions depending on how much time we have at the end of the show from chat. So regardless, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back with more Drop Frames right after this. We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.